What's up, y'all? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. It's Monday, so let's go ahead and get down. So, of course, I want to talk about last night's Super Bowl halftime performance because Bad Bunny delivered. His performance was nothing short of stunning, just keeping it all the way real. The visuals were on point. Those beats were slapping and smacking all over the place. The choreography was lit. And honestly, he did a fantastic job uplifting his community while bringing everybody together. Bad Bunny had one mission in mind, and that was to... Now, a lot of people were upset at the fact that Cardi B didn't pick up the mic, but she was a part of the program, although but briefly, she was dancing and things like that, but he did bring out Ricky Martin and also Lady Gaga, who didn't disappoint. Now, Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show performance is reportedly shattering the competition. In previous years, as it pertains to the amount of viewers, they're reporting that approximately 127 million to 142.3 million watched the halftime show last night, while Kid Rock's All-American halftime show for Turning Point USA drew about 5 to 6 million, with total views for the event reaching around 16 million. And for clearer context, those reviews between YouTube and Rumble. Now, as it pertains to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance, for the most part, most people felt that he knocked it out of the park, or at least from what I've saw. But there was a lot of people that had the same complaint that didn't like his performance, and that's the fact that they couldn't understand it because it wasn't in English. Now, what I found absolutely astonishing is that some of the people that were saying this have the same hue as I do. And I'm like, come on. Now, for everybody that loves dance hall reggae like I do, especially from the 90s and early 2000s, where you had artists like Buju Banton, Shabba Ranks, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, Lady Saw, Capleton, Supercat, the list goes on and on. And if I'm being honest, a lot of those dance hall reggae songs from back in the days, I didn't understand everything that they were saying. Of course, they said some things in English, right? So I'll give you that. You were able to make out some things in regards to what they were saying, but for the most part, as long as that beat was smashing and the female's ass was a-clapping, it was just on and popping. It was a good time. Sometimes I didn't know but one word, and that was bomba clock. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm being honest, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And if I'm not, I apologize to the Jamaican community, right? But listen, to this day, I'm still looking for some of those classic CDs that I had back in the 90s. 90s reggae, that dance hall reggae was on a different level. It really was. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to talk about somebody that potentially had a problem with Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance. Now, I'm not trying to say that this brother is hating outside of the club because he's yet to be let in, but Chris Brown posted something to his Instagram that suggests that if he's not hating, he's definitely frustrated because he hasn't been afforded the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl. And so Chris posted on Instagram, he says, "I think it's safe to say they need me." And so once the internet got wind that Chris actually responded during Bad Bunny's halftime performance, they started dragging him. They were telling him to go to rehab. They basically were saying not now because this is a moment for the Hispanic community. They also brought up the Rihanna situation, saying that the Super Bowl halftime show doesn't need someone who beats women to perform in it. But if I'm being fair, there were also some people that were saying that Chris Brown would have did a better job than Bad Bunny. A lot of people are for it. They've been waiting for Chris Brown to perform at the Super Bowl. I don't think that Jay-Z would ever let it happen. For those of you that have been rocking with me for so long, I've voiced my displeasure about Chris Brown and the disdain I have for him in regards to what he did to Rihanna, and I ultimately felt like he doesn't deserve to have a shot at doing the Super Bowl ever, right? But if you guys would allow me, I would like to chastise Rihanna for a bit. Now, I love Rihanna and I love her music, and I want to preface my comments by saying that I'm only speaking from the premise if what I'm about to say is indeed factual, right? So Jay-Z was in the Epstein files, and although he wasn't cited for any wrongdoing, a lot of people felt that he was guilty of something, right? A lot of people have been feeling this way for years. And so with him being in the Epstein files, a lot of people started to point to the fact that, oh, he was with a young Aaliyah. Oh, he was with a young Foxy Brown. Oh, he was with a young Rihanna. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the accusations against Jay-Z that he was with a young Beyonce. Now, when it comes to all of them, they've either categorically denied a relationship with Jay-Z when they were not of age, or they basically came out and said that it wasn't true. So there's really no verifiable evidence to go off of that Jay-Z was messing with them when they were youngins, okay? That's just facts. But for the sake of this argument, let's just say that it is true that Jay-Z had an inappropriate relationship with Rihanna. Wouldn't that make her a hypocrite, given the fact that she went on this whole press tour to destroy Chris Brown, and justifiably so? But I believe she did sit down with Diane Sawyer to talk about the incident, right? Which made national headlines. And so now Chris's name is smeared and his reputation is sullied. But the whole entire time, Rihanna is protecting an alleged PDF file in Jay-Z when she knows that Jay-Z violated her. And so what you potentially have now is a guy in Jay-Z who took advantage of a young Rihanna in one way, blocking the opportunity of a guy who took advantage of Rihanna in another way. And all I'm saying, if Jay-Z had an inappropriate relationship with Rihanna, then she should keep that same energy for both of them. Both should be held accountable. And if she's sitting on this information and she's not willing to tell the truth about her and Jay's relationship, then that strips her of her self-dignity, her integrity, and her respect, in my honest opinion. But anyway, let's move along, because I want to play you all a couple of clips of people giving their opinion about the Super Bowl halftime show last night. And also, there's news that Cardi B and Stefon Diggs stopped following each other on Instagram, and reportedly Cardi B left the Super Bowl yesterday early because she was upset. And so I'm going to play you a couple of clips as it pertains to that. So sit tight and I'll be back to close the video.
Man, look, I don't know where to start, but let's talk about it. I literally just watched the halftime show, and I didn't understand a single word. He said United States, Canada, and then the lady sung in English. Now, don't get me wrong. The energy was there. It felt like a block party, like a hyped-ass block party. And I didn't understand a single word. I didn't understand a single damn word. Maybe I need to learn Spanish. Maybe, because, bruh, ain't no way I just watched a halftime performance and all I could say is I was hyped because the energy was there. I don't even know what was said. I need to listen to his music or something, because Jesus Christ. Like, bruh, he something, United States, Canada, that was at the end. You know what I'm saying? That was at the end. Now, don't get me wrong. Bad Bunny had the people hype, but I ain't understand the damn thing he was saying.
I know well. We sitting here watching this boring 60th Super Bowl, and they didn't piss me all the way out. First of all, I ain't really watching the game. But for you to have this halftime show, and you got these picking corn, and this with these shoulder pads singing and rapping in Spanish, why we do that at? We are in the United States of America. We don't know. Who is this? You done had an entire Super Bowl with a motherfucker singing in Spanish? Why we do that at?
I am overly disappointed in black people's response to the Super Bowl. And I'm so disappointed at how black people are responding, given that we needed moments like those. We understand what needing a moment and having a moment feels like. So when another minority community has a moment, why are we not celebrating that? Why would we not celebrate another minority community having a moment? It just feels hella selfish. A lot of you guys' perspective on the world is this small. You don't realize it's 20,000 different perspectives around you. The Super Bowl is not just for black people. We've had Usher. We got Rihanna. We got Kendrick Lamar last year. And when Kendrick Lamar was doing all that symbolic stuff about America, you know what white people were saying? Oh, I don't understand that. That was just... And we was defending that. Because he was putting on. So, if anything, black people should understand what it's like to have a moment. And for y'all to get up here and diss Bad Bunny and diss the whole Super Bowl because you don't know Spanish is fake to me. I feel like minority to minority, struggle to struggle, Hispanics and black people are very similar in a lot of ways. Not saying we're the same, not saying we went through the same things, but we're very similar. And it's just like, y'all, like, we creating this whole divide, like, oh, I don't understand that. That's like, we're acting like white people. We're acting like the white people when black people get up on stage and do something and white people respond that way. We're responding the same way when Bad Bunny did his thing.
So Bad Bunny was great. Trump supporters are crying online because of it. The Seahawks won, beating a team owned by a Trump supporter. Kid Rock and Turning Point USA flopped. It was a great night to be an American. Feeling good.
Just woke back up, but social media is clowning Cardi B because it was shown that she unfollowed Stefon Diggs and he unfollowed her after the Super Bowl. To add insult to injury, they claim she actually left the Super Bowl a little after the halftime show. Blog pages also show that his other baby mama was there front and center with their newborn wearing his jersey number. Now social media is clowning her, saying she spent 1.2 mil for no reason. Some saying that this was just a publicity stunt, that if you won the Super Bowl, she would have gladly stayed in order to flex. Even Offset fans are saying that she chose a dude that she knew was worse than Offset. I'm gonna be honest, the only people that are shocked by this situation are the parasocial Cardi B fans, because sports fans been told y'all how Stefon Diggs is. The man keep getting exposed for crazy wild stuff while he with Cardi. Some of y'all actually believe the Patriots was gonna win because of Cardi B and Stefon Diggs relationship. That's what really was funny to me. Y'all lost money for no reason, but y'all kept excusing all that off the strength of y'all hate Offset so much, y'all want her relationship with this man to work so bad.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Now, focusing on Cardi B and Stefon Diggs, there's also reports that there was a woman by the name of Pre there, and I want to read to you what they had to say. So it says Stefon Diggs has unfollowed Cardi B on Instagram and followed Pre, Offset's alleged mistress. Pre has since followed Stefon back. Pre was reportedly given New England Patriots credentials, giving her access to Stefon Diggs' hotel. Offset called Cardi B embarrassing on Instagram. All right, so this is what they're saying about the situation. We don't definitively know. I'm pretty sure that Cardi B is going to speak about it because she can't keep things quiet. But hey, this is what you get when you go after a dude that's nothing more and nothing less than an Offset 3.0. I don't know if Cardi did her homework on Stefon, but he just moves around. He does his own thing, right? And the babies that he's had in 1 year should show you that he's not trying to stay put in one specific spot. So this is what you get for having a revenge baby, if I'm just keeping it all the way real. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything I discussed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Have a beautiful day.
Tough News TV. We out.